Good morning traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to Trade Zone Asian Session Update. So we'll start with a quick recap of the finish to last week. So we saw US retail sales higher, gaining up to 1%, and the pre-UOM consumer sentiment came in at 51.1, which is higher than expected. As we can see with the US dollar index, that didn't do much to push it higher. We saw a lower day, and we saw risk markets generally higher to finish off last week. So the Dow gained 2.15, the S&P 1.92, and the Nasdaq gained 1.79%. And we'll take a bit of a look at them shortly. So with the US dollar at the moment, we still have this strong trend higher. We are seeing this pullback at the moment. So we'll be looking to see if the trend can continue if we see a new higher low develop. One small worry is that we are seeing a couple lower highs developing on the OBV, and we will have to just see if that does point to weakness creeping in, or if this is just going to be a new pullback and continuation of the current trend. So just some things to watch there, a little bit of weakness creeping in. Now looking at some of the indexes, so a very strong finish to the week. We are seeing futures starting the week higher as well at this stage in the morning. So there's plenty of support on the US 30 at this stage, down from the 3505 point. We did talk about that in a previous report, and what I was looking for is a break of this supply level and maybe a test down to there. At the moment, that's been rejected. So that demand area here looks to be pretty strong at this point, and we have seen a strong bar on Friday. So if we can see a break of this resistance level here, we're looking at the possibility of this trend here confirming that higher low, and then a new push higher. Now the Nasdaq looks a little bit clearer in terms of the OBV. We can see that resistance that needs to be beaten, but we can see a nice strong trend developing in the OBV, backing up these higher lows that we're seeing on the Nasdaq at this stage. So you see some things to watch, really, just like with US 30. We want to see a break of that resistance just to signal and signify that buyers do have control of the market. But what we're seeing now is some pretty positive steps at the moment. So just capping off some of the stocks on Friday, European stocks had a very strong Friday. We saw 2.76 added to the DAX, 2.37 on the stocks. So the FTSE gained 1.69, and in Asia we're still in the Nikkei higher, while the Hang Seng and most of the other Chinese indexes finished lower. Now the VIX was a pretty big mover on Friday. It lost 8.22% just to the end of the week. So this morning, data that's come out has been for New Zealand. Their CPI data came out, and there was a gain of 1.7%. We are seeing a pretty strong Kiwi at the moment on the back of that CPI data and a weaker USD. So at the moment, we've just seen it cross above that 61, 80 points. So seeing a bit of pressure on this downtrend here at this stage in the morning, and after Friday's session we're seeing a break, confirmation of a break. So there's plenty of rejection down here feeding this. So if we do see a new move up, then a pullback and a new higher high, that could be a good sign that a new short-term trend is underway. And the other risk currencies at this stage in the morning are higher at this stage as well. The Aussie, the Euro and the Pound all firmer to start the new trading weeks. Now I'm going to just have a look at gold and oil. Now we're going to start on gold. Gold is in a bit of an interesting position. So Friday we have a weaker USD. We have inflation is still sitting around in the headlines, but we are seeing gold really continue to struggle to get any type of move going. So we saw two moves lower. This Friday session did not make a new lower low, but there's not much buyer demand at this stage. So gold is definitely struggling to find buyer demand right now, but if we can see this area here continue to show demand and set up its support, that's at 17.0676 area, possibility with continued lower move in USD, we may see a bit of demand come through, and so we could see a bit of a fight back from buyers. But otherwise, it's one to just keep an eye on, but maybe not take too much action on until we see some strong direction. We are pretty far away as well from both those moving averages, so there could be a mean reversion, but there also could be another test of lows if we do see USD demand come back into the spotlight. So oil, we've spoken about this demand support area last week on the report, so we did see that final test that failed. We did see a higher move on Friday, but gains were not able to be capped as we did see a bit of a fade into late into the New York session. Again, while we see this level remain in play, we'll be looking for buyers to hold and possibility to form a new push higher to get back up to test some of this resistance up in this level if we do see buy momentum continue. We do see it pretty strong, OBV. It's not exactly trending higher just yet, but we are seeing, with this lower low, we're seeing a bit of a support point just there. So it's something to watch from oil that we could see further buying. Now, I'm going to just keep moving over to some of the cryptos just to finish up today. And with Bitcoin, we've seen, a bit of a flat weekend, not too much action, but this short-term trend still looks to be in play, and we just need to see a break of this resistance here just to show that buyers are trying to push higher. If we don't see a break of that resistance, it's a bit of a worry, and we'll look to see if the market will drop back down to test this support, or it will remain range bound that it's currently trading in right now. Now, Ethereum went one step clear. We saw a nice, drive up on Friday and Thursday. It broke through that resistance, so it's looking in a bit of a stronger position demand-wise at this stage over Bitcoin. So there is now nearly a move back to this long-term trend. This fast trend here has been broken quite nicely. We do see plenty of support, and it's higher highs moving up. So now, if we do see a pullback, we'll look to see if we can see a new higher high this week to signify that a new short-term trend is underway. Now, inflation-wise, the IMF has signalled that they're looking for it to become tamed possibility next year, and that's due to central bank rate rises that currently we've been seeing this year. Now, one other thing to watch is the situation in Ukraine continues to deteriorate with Russia ramping up attacks. They've also warned that if Ukraine targets Crimea, that there could be an attack, labelled as a Judgment Day attack. So definitely need to hope that things do settle down and we do see some sort of, hopefully, a ceasefire. But at this stage, it doesn't look too likely. Now, other small news as well on the injury front is that US President Joe Biden was in Saudi Arabia over the weekend. He met to discuss and asking for better prices on oil to help cut down energy costs. So if Saudi Arabia does come through with that and then ramp up production, that could have an impact on oil as well. But that's more just talk at the moment. There's nothing really set yet. So we're looking at the ASX today to trade higher off the back of some strong leads. So we will see if buyers on the ASX will follow through with some of the good moves that we saw in the US and Europe, and if we will see a stronger session in today's open. So that's it for today's report. Well, just finally as well, the yen last week was really being pushed lower, and we're looking to see this week. There was some comments out of the Bank of Japan. At this stage, we are seeing risk currencies higher to the yen. The dollar is currently lower. The dollar had a fantastic week to the JPY last week, so keep an eye on that to see if those trends do continue this week or not. So that's it for now. We hope you have a fantastic trading week, and please stay up to date with the trade zone updates will be coming out through today for the week ahead. So good trading. Thanks very much for your time and watching, and bye for now.